What's up everyone, it's gonna be here, and in this episode of RPG Maker MV, I'm going to be showing you how to make a skill point system for buying skills using Yami's SkillShop plugin. So let's get started. So now there are two ways to do this. We can do it for a common event, or we can just do it on our NPC event. So now I'm going to choose to do this on the NPC event, just because that's what I want to do, but if you want to, you can make a common event out of this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make our NPC character. Let's choose this pink haired one down here. And we'll just call this one skill. It's just a random name that I'm picking. So what we want to do is make two variables. So what we're going to do is come down to control variables. And we're going to make the first one current skill points. And then the second one will be spent skill points, and we'll hit apply. And now we're going to select the current skill points here and use that one, and we'll have it as a set, and then we'll have it as script. So then the script that we're going to use is game actors dot actor, and then in the brackets here we need to put our player's number in. So I'm just going to hit OK on this real quick and apply and OK. So now we come to our database here and we go to actors. We want to see which one is our main actor. So for us it's Harold, and he is ID number 1. So that's the ID that we're going to use in here. So we're going to put 1 in there, dot level. So that's going to be our main actor's actor 1's level. And so now this is setting how many skill points we currently have. And so what we want to do is times this by an amount. Now if you want, just say if you have 10 levels and you only want to allow the character to have 1 skill point per level, then you won't do this times part. But I'm going to have a maximum of 10 levels, and I want to allow at level 10 for our player to have 15 skill points. So I'm going to do times 1.5. So that's going to times our current level by 1.5. So if we're level 2, we'll have 3 skill points, and for level 10 we'll have 15 skill points. Now this times part is all going to depend on how many skill points you want to allow your characters to have. If you want them to just have 1 skill point per level, then you'll remove this times part and just have the game actors to actor 1 dot level. And now we want to minus $ game variables, and don't forget the capitals. The first word is always a lowercase and the second word is always an uppercase. So game variables dot value, and now we need to put the ID of our spent skill points. So that is ID 5. So let's go back to our thing here, and we're going to use ID 5, and that is going to be it for the script here. Now this isn't going to do anything by default because we haven't set up the system to allow for skill points yet. This is just setting the precursor up to calculate when we enter into the buy menu. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need a plugin. So the plugin we're going to use is Yed SkillShop. So this is a plugin that allows us to buy skills from an NPC like a shop, and we can set our own custom prices. So if we go to let me just set the default prices to 0, so the skills will be free. And now we go to help, we can see that we have a line down here for buy custom requirements and buy custom cost. So we're going to be using both of these, and these will allow us to set up the skill points costs for our skills. So we'll hit OK on that, and we'll go back to our database. Now this is something that has to be done on every single skill that you want to be able to buy. So you'll be doing a lot of copying and pasting, but luckily it will be the same on each and every skill, so it's no big drama. So let's just say for this dual attack here, it's in this note tag box down here. We want to have these 2 arrows, buy, custom, require, and don't forget the capitals. And then what we want to do is come down here and we want to leave a space, and we want to put those arrows again, have a / and then the same thing, so by custom require, and that will allow us to input any code that we want in between these two brackets here. So this is the requirement that we need to meet in order to be able to buy this skill. So this is not our cost, this is just a condition that has to be met before we're allowed to buy it. So now what we want to do is $game variables .value, and now we want to use value 4 for us, and once again this is all depending on what ID your current skill points is. So ours is 4, so value 4, and then we want to do is above or equal to 1. So what this is saying is if our current amount of skill points that we have on us is above or equal to 1, then we are allowed to buy a skill. If it's 0 or lower, then we will not be allowed to buy a skill because we have no skill points. So now we need to set up the cost. So we'll come down here and we'll do the 2 arrows again, by custom cost. Here leave a space, do the arrows again, / by custom cost. So now what this will do is allow us to set up a custom cost. So we're going to select in the blank space there and go $game variables dot. Now this time we're not going to do values, we're going to do set value. And so now what this is going to allow us to do is, now with this game variables dot value up here, this doesn't allow us to overwrite that value. It just allows us to do comparisons. So now if we want to overwrite the value, we need to do set value. So first of all we need to set the value that we want to overwrite, and that is value 5. So now what we need to do is a comma, and now this is the part that we put in to set the value. So we want to do $game variable dot value, and then we want to use value 5, so the same value that we are setting is the value that we're going to use, and then we're going to do +1 and then close the bracket. So what this is going to do is set value 5 as value 5 + 1. So now we're not done yet. Now we want to do another $ and game variables dot set value, and this time we want to do variable 4, and then we'll put a comma in $game actors dot actor, and now we want to choose our actor 1 dot level times 1.5, because level 1 times 1.5 is just 1 skill point, level 2 times 1.5 is 3 skill points, and at level 10 times 1.5, that's 15 skill points. So you'll have to do some math there to figure out just say if you wanted a different amount of skill points, you have to do some math to figure out the amount that you want, minus $game variables dot value 5. One last bracket at the end there to close off the line, and now we are done with the custom costs. Now if you wanted to make your skills also cost gold, is you could do 2 more arrows like that, and then by cost gold colon, and then a space, and whatever you want the cost to be is what you put it. So if we wanted it to cost 200 gold, we'd put 200 in there. And I'm going to copy all of this, and I'm going to paste it within these ones here. So now let's see if this worked. So I've got an NPC set up in here. This is the one that we set up before, and now we want to activate the plugin. So do a show choice, and we will allow for advanced level. We'll also allow for buy skills, and then we'll allow for a cancel. Okay, so now if we hit advanced level, we will change level of our main character, and we'll increase it by 1. So this way we can see how many skill points we got whenever we level up. So before that, what I'm going to do is add a show text and say you have \v square brackets 4, and then we'll say and spent \v 5 points, and we'll hit OK. So now what we're going to do is in the buy skills is we're going to add a plugin command, and we're going to right click here to see plugin help, and what we can do is we can highlight this here and then right click on it and copy. Control C and Control V will not work here, and so then in this box we're going to hit paste. And now this is going to open the skill shop, and what we need to do is change each one of these IDs for a skill that we want to buy, and this can be as long as we want. So the IDs that I'm going to put in is 3, 4, 5, then 8, 9, 10, and we'll hit OK and apply. So now when we'll bring our character into here, and we'll hit play, and we'll see how this works out. So now we are going to test the game to see how that worked. And so we'll come talk to the skill point person here, and she'll say we have 1 skill point and 0 spent. So the first thing we want to do is advanced level. And then when we talk to her again, as you can see, we have 3 skill points because 2 times 1.5 is 3. And now we can go to buy skills, and we can go to learn and Harold. And now let's buy the dual attack, the double attack, and the triple attack. And as you can see, the heal, fire, and spark all disappeared because we do not have enough skill points to buy them. And now when we go to escape, go to skills, as you can see, those 3 skills are within our menu. Now we talk to her, it'll say we have 0 skill points and spent 3. So there you go, guys, that is the skill point system. It was a bit of a long video, and it was a bit of an advanced video because there was a lot of advanced note tags and script commands, but I think it's well worth it, especially if you want a skill point system using the SkillShop plugin. So there it is there, and I'll have a link to it in the description for you to pick it up. And so yeah, I hope you guys have learned something from this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.